Hello, 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 and welcome to Voices of Today Finals Night. My name is Robin. My pronouns are she, he, they, used interchangeably, and I'm a Virgo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising.
Hello, my name is Pisa Kitade, she, her, an Aquarius Sun, Libra Moon, and Scorpio Rising.
We take astrology very seriously here.
So seriously.
But before we get started, what we take even more seriously is making sure that we respect the land that we're on. And I know this is an online festival, and so we're all in different places. But traditionally, Voices of Today has taken place in what's colonially known as Toronto, which is traditionally the Huron-Wendat, Petun, Haudenosaunee, and Anishinaabe territories, as well as treaty territory, specifically the District 1 Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant between the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe, and the Toronto Purchase, Treaty 13. As we move online, Voices of Today looks to amplify the voices of the original caretakers of the land across the globe. It's our goal to honor and offer education to everyone over 10,000 years of Indigenous culture and history that exists worldwide. We recognize the majority of our current organizers live across Turtle Island, which is what the Lenni Lenape and Iroquois people traditionally have called North America. As a festival, we acknowledge that reconciliation takes ongoing efforts from non-Indigenous peoples. We ask all non-Indigenous attendees to continuously learn about the history of the land and its people from where they live and occupy, so as to treat the land with respect the best way they know how to. I'm currently not in Toronto. I'm in Hamilton, which is traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe, and it's also District 1 Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant land. And the District 1 Spoon represents that everybody eats and takes from the same bowl using one spoon, and we want to make sure that there's enough for the people that come after us, and that the bowl and the dish and the spoon are always clean, and we always take good care of it. Peace, where are you right now?
Well, I'm in Saskatoon, Treaty 6 territory. And whenever I do land acknowledgement, I always like to acknowledge that I am an immigrant in this land and that I benefit off of the treaties that came. My freedom, my choice to pursue education is all because of the treaties that were signed. So it's so important to have this land acknowledgement.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that is the beginning of the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you didn't know already, you're tuned into the Voices of Today 2020 Festival Finals. Wow, stunning, amazing. Peace, what have you thought of festival so far?
It's been so rewarding. Like the workshops, can we all just take a moment to enjoy the workshops that have been like placed? The
Oh,
last one I did was with Charlie. It was amazing. It was so
the
cool.
solo show workshop. Charlie Petch,
Oh my
phenomenal human being. I love this. Awesome. I've absolutely loved the showcases with some of the feature artists. Oh my god, the Mazda showcase last night was
Oh my gosh.
everything. It
Absolutely
was
amazing.
so
Yeah.
good. Awesome. Well, today we have a slam. So, Peace, do you want to read us some slam rules?
Yeah, of course. So this is you can use props, you can use music, you can use animals. Anything is fine. It's also finals. So we're gonna be seeing some amazing poets doing some amazing poetry, and we are gonna talk and discuss about it in the Discord. So head over to the Discord because I will be talking about the comments that go there. So give me some good ones, lines that you like, quotes that you like. It is such a great thing for a poet when someone else quotes their work. So give me more of that. Just show your enthusiasm. I also want to mention that hate speech is not tolerated. We are not for that. That some poems also have some sensitive topics. They'll be talking about like uh, abuse or any kind of topic that ranges from places to places. So I want to know that you're taking care of yourselves. If you go into the Discord, you can see the active listeners for today. They can send it to you, animal pictures, or if you just need someone to talk. Also, we have Rapid Richards, who is there if you ever feel unsafe about the festival at any point. You can message Rabbit on Discord or then move off Discord to texting if that's what you want. Also, we want to say that about 50% of our tickets will be going to, where is it? Not Another Black Life. An amazing donation will be going there, and it's really important to me too. because of the movement, and we should not allow it to die. So thank you for everyone that is just tuning in and talking, because of your help helps the whole world. Yeah. So I think I think that's most of the rules. So we should go right into the slam. But there's usually something that we do in between. It's called collaboration or SAC. I want to introduce our first SAC for round one, and that would be Ruby. Let's give it up for Ruby.
I am a black sheep, a self questioning, self hating black sheep, a self hating Muslim girl. Next to me is a white girl, a self confident, self loving white girl, and she's talking and talking and talking. And I want to ask her if she will give me subtitles, because I don't understand her, but I don't. I hear words Harry Potter and favorite character and totally love him and how's this? Then she stares at me, expecting an answer. I stare back, not knowing if I should ask her to repeat herself, and I don't. White girl repeats herself anyways and asks me to teach her a song in Pakistani. And I want to correct her. I really do. I want to tell her I don't know any song in Pakistani because Pakistani is not a language, but I don't. I nudge and I say, repeat after me. I sing her a song that takes me back to the day I stood outside the school's gates. And I knew I was going to remain a black sheep forever. My culture was never going to fit in hers and theirs. My language was never going to flow out of my mouth as smoothly as it did back home. My brownness was going to start rebelling against me. But then the white girl asks me about my bilinguality. Bilinguality. She says, I think in English, what do you think in? And I don't know what I think in. I don't know what language do I think in. I don't know which language is my first, and my second, and my third. All I know is my Punjabi, my Urdu, and English are all crushed into one another. My grandmother sang in English, remnants and words falling on the ground, and I crawled behind her, picking up piece by piece, remnant by remnant, word by word, and sewed them into my broken vocabulary. Urdu always felt like an airborne disease, and I kept washing it off my body with English soaps until it finally gave up and left. My father brought home loads of English. I tried to bleach my tongue English. It only burned my colored cheeks. English, I would tell myself, one day I will meet English and I will tell her I love her and she will finally be mine. I met English. I told her I loved her. But English didn't want me. She never wanted me. English threw me on the ground and spit on my face, and then English walked away.
All right, folks in the comments, let me hear what you have to say about that. And in case this is your first kind of slam event you're tuning into with Voices of Today, we don't read scores out loud because we want to focus on the amazing humans who are going to be doing the thing with the words tonight and all of their wonderful words. So, judges, you'll be worrying about scores. You'll be doing the thing with the numbers, and everybody else will just be feeling their tender, soft feelings. And that's how I like it here. Let's see. We got some nice words. All the snaps for Ruby. There's a gif of somebody snapping their fingers. I crawled behind her, picking up piece by piece. My Punjabi, my Urdu, and my English were all crushed into each other. I tried to bleach my tongue English. Oh, this personification, my heart. Lots of wows, lots of yes. I met English. I told her I love her. All right. Also, in case you're like, I have so many things to say about the poets I'm seeing, but Where do I go to talk about them? Worry not, the Discord link has just been dropped on the screen. Feel free to join the group. Join the folks who are spreading wholesome, tender feelings about poetry. And I can read your comments out loud, and Peace can read your comments out loud, and it'll be a great big love fest. It's gonna be awesome. All right, give it up for your second sack, Felix.
There I was, anonymous bodies as close as meat in a meatpacking plant, in the poorly ventilated underground darkness of the city subway. I was nervous for reasons that seemed so irrelevant now. Until I saw you leaving over your balcony like Rapunzel, your breath hanging in front of you like a silver cloud of fairy dust in the cold, cold night. Me, the knight in black leather armor. We did not know then. We told our roommates to relax and complained about our worried parents. And though I was nervous, the sensation of your black curly hair on my fingers, not unlike my mother's hair, made my mind go uncharacteristically quiet. As I felt the cold metal of your piercing against the warmth of your flesh, your stubble against my neck, your pink Hello Kitties watching me make love to someone for the first time in a very long time, I looked through your transparent rimmed glasses, and I realized that I was a little bit in love with you. When you asked me, "What's your name?" And to my surprise, I found you in my arms when I woke up that morning. We did not talk about the laundry list of traumas queers love to break out at parties, but instead about your hopes and dreams and a future that then seemed real and soon. What flower would I be if I was a flower? You asked me. I thought the correct answer was probably a red rose, and yet I decided a daffodil, golden and tall and ridiculous, was the flower you would be. What about me? I asked. A pansy, you said, and my masculinity has never recovered. The sun rose on a different world, March 14th, 2020. When I got on the subway to go home, not one person joined me. Save one old homeless woman, knuckles around a glass bottle, paying no mind to the subway cop looming above her like power slowly wraps around the mortal throats of the powerful. It is impossible to describe the night before. The day after, snow hit the ground in hard, heavy bullets. No lamb's blood on no door. The heaviest thing in the world was my shopping bag empty of anything save a price gouged thermometer and the last carton of maple ice cream. For my friends sequestered in their apartments, wraiths even more fragile behind dirty glass windows, I hoped it wouldn't be the last time we spoke. And I thought of the woman with the curly black hair that I met the day before the world ended. I thought of my mother's curly black hair that had just this year turned white. I thought of the world holding its breath to blot out the smell of death that filled the air. I thought of my empty womb and my short life. I remember being a child, 10 years old, and worrying about what my generation's disaster would be. I did my best, we all did our best, but mostly I wrote shitty notes at poetry that I never expected to read. But I was happy. Happy I had good friends to ask me for groceries. Happy I had the chance to feel something that for one drunken second I believed was love. And then the world didn't end, or hasn't yet, but we all got a little glimpse of who would be at the end of the world.
Oh my gosh. My heart. My heart. That was just, I felt like I was teleported and I was like in a warm blanket and someone was just breathing over me and I want to go to bed, but we're not in bed. We're in finals. So thank you all for all of these wonderful comments that are here. I am going to read them. So we got, I love this poet. And then we got a quote. I realized that I was a little bit in love with you. Oof, so real. We got my masculinity has never recovered. Another oof. We got golden and tall and ridiculous is the best description of a daffodil. Oh my gosh, of a daffodil. We got these details are tender, so tender. We are wondering what my generation's disaster would be. Oof, lots of hearts, lots of snaps. We got that was beautiful, amazing. Thank you so much for all of these comments that come in and come in and come in. We're gonna go right into the competition with the first person, Liam.
Come, down the path, quick. I have something to show you. I thought you would enjoy it. Just around the bend here. No, I don't want to spoil it. No, you can't hold it. You ask so many questions. I love that. Just down the path at the base of this tree. No, it isn't scary. You can trust me. See? You can't see. Look a little closer. The river runs a little slower. This time of year is perfect for poets. Look at the current. Not in the water, at the water. I call it Mother Nature's Daughter. It's a painting I found. The light hits the rolling ripples and the rocks frame your reflection perfect. Told you it'd be worth it. I've never seen a painting as beautiful. Can't take it, so we'll have to enjoy it. Like this day. I was hoping we could take a break from crazy and just be lazy. Hey, I just wanted to tell you that I think you're beautiful. Just thought you should know. Because I noticed it the day I saw your portrait. How I wish I could dive into the depths of your eyes. How I wish I could build a house out of writer's blocks on the same street your smile lives. I want to give you a day so great you'll remember it for your grandkids. I wish I could bottle your laugh and sip you back till I blur my vision. I want to remember you like how I remember long division. As in each time I think about you, I remember how many parts make up your whole. And if there's any one I'll remember to carry, it's the one that fills my soul. I want to wear at my shoe soles and waste all my phone data, pacing around talking to you on the veranda, hoping my parents don't hear our plans at visiting somewhere we'll never see. Talking with you is like singing in harmony. I want to hold hands with you. Nothing fancy about it. I just want to hold your hand. I want to walk with you, take you to the beach, spill your hair over the sunset and watch the tide ride on tomorrow's moon, and let the next time we are together be sometime soon. And if you ever forget you're worth it, just look in the water and see your reflection. Mother Nature's Daughter.
That was your poet, Liam. All right, folks, let's see what you have to say about that. Let's see. Judges, keep doing what you're doing with the numbers. But folks in the Discord, let's see. Oh, that's my son up there. We love family. Music. Okay, we ready for a slam? This is so vibrant. Oof, I love this. Thank you for bringing me hiking. We love a POV. Is this a love letter to the world? Oh my god, this location filming. A house of writer's blocks. All right. Why am I crying? I love this POV. The sweetness. Tender, italicized. It's different when it's italicized. Tender, italicized. Give you a day so good you'll remember it for your grandkids. My heart is so full. Bottle your laugh and sip till my vision blurs. Heck. So creative. Wow. So amazing. Awesome. In case you want to see these wholesome messages and get in on it, the Discord link will pop up on this little screenomabob. Join the Discord. It's a great schmoozer over here wants to join the Discord. Schmoozer, do you wish you were part of the Discord? Schmoozer does. All right, we're gonna give it up for our next poet hitting the virtual mic, Cameron.
My mother tells me I must love my body before I choose to change it, which, even in theory, makes no sense to me. How can I love this body without making it mine? The first thing I did was put in new floors, then I shaved half my head, changed all the countertops to rose quartz, got a snapback, got custom cabinetry, bought men's shirts, tore down the wall separating the living room from the kitchen, tattooed a heart on my sleeve, remodeled the upstairs bathroom. I would still be me without my breasts, but I would be able to breathe. Ripped out the linoleum, threw away the hair bows, started taking testosterone, which has become the insulation that keeps this house from blowing over. My mother says she hates my body hair, but my pores bloom daffodils. Spring is here and it is time for rebirth. I suppose she means well. Even from inside the womb, I wrapped my umbilical cord twice around my neck, once around my body, stuck one foot out the birth canal, left the other by my head, and was left with nothing but my fists to punch. Self-harm is the foundation I built this house on, and it is split open. These walls are filled with holes. It is a miracle I am still standing. My mother has watched me spend my life trying to destroy the most precious gift she has ever given me. But this body is a gift I wish to return. It does not fit who I am inside. I can see why my mother does not want me to change this body more than I already have, but this is no longer a demolition. This is a reparation. I see now. Each carcass is a clean slate. It's what we create with it that makes it a home. Even though they crack, these hands have built these walls. Each scar is a unique flaw, bringing novelty to this property. Each tattoo is its own renovation. This body, despite all odds, is still here. This body has been rebuilt from the ground up with nothing but its dirty fingernails. Of course, it has changed over time, but this body is the closest to being mine as it's ever been.
Thank you, Cameron. Let's read some Discord chord now. We got oof. How can I love this body without making it mine? And ooh, I can already tell this is a whole non-binary mood. I felt that. How can I love this body without making it mine? It's a good line. I love being seen, but I will be able to breathe. Daffodil team tonight. I love it. My pores bloom daffodils. And then I love the way all of these poets do the thing with the words because they all do it so well. Goodness, yes. We got split open foundation, geez. And this body is a gift I wish to return. And this is no longer a demolition. Oh my God, wow, that hit better. Flip that house. And I will still be me without my breast, but I will be able to breathe. Mm. Even though I crack, these hands have built these walls. Great. Thank you so much for everyone that is writing on the Discord. I'm feeling the love, and we're going to feel that love to the rest of it. So next up, we have Luna.
Lest we forget. Lest we forget the lives that were spent on a pricey transaction with the Middle East that left 1,000 men and women dead. And when I say 1,000, I don't just count the lives of our soldiers, like they're the only sacrifice made, like the 600 civilians that died don't matter because blood only contrasts pale skin but blends into the darker foreground of our brothers. Like it's easier to erase the cries for mother when it's in a foreign language because you can just pretend you don't understand. Even when tears slide down cheeks like lifelines, eyes plead, you don't understand. You've been told those cries are curses because they've been twisted by God knows what, and that they deserve their ill-fated end. Well, you hold your rifle, aimed at the baby whose mother, but you're just doing your best. A gentle mercy for a child who'd grow up motherless, who could one day return to America, seek revenge, hijack a plane and kill innocent people. Innocent people. But you don't know the difference anymore. You don't understand this game called war where you kill people who kill people to stop killing people, and no wonder they say our biggest enemy is humans themselves. Because peace is a word that vanished the day we realized we'd never be satisfied, that our thirst would never be quenched. Not when there are nameless cities to conquest, countries to intimidate, races to eliminate. This game of war is one you'll never understand. Which is why when you returned, you were left with no sanity because a general can convince your brain, but your heart still feels pain, blood that will never drain away, a burden that will remain. Lest we forget all lives that were slain. Lest we forget war's glorified name. Lest we forget.
All right. Discord. How are you feeling? I wanna hear how you're feeling. I care about your emotions and your thoughts, and I'm here to listen. Awesome. We have Poet Go in all caps. Don't be nice. Several exclamation marks and a fire emoji. Oh god, I love the use of emojis. Schmoozers back in frame. This piece rips like a Beyblade. This piece rips like a Beyblade. Go off, poet. Humans are our worst enemy. Oof. Peace is a word that vanished the day we realized we'd never be satisfied. I hope I got that line right because oh my god. Oof. All right. Let's give it up for our next poet hitting the mic, Saul.
The sun beat down, burning through concentration and blurring my focus as we wound our way through its domain. The grass had turned a dusty gold years ago in a half-hearted imitation. Every breath scorched the roof of my mouth. I felt myself fading out of my body as the light took hold of me and it became just me and the sun. I walked downstairs. Something isn't right. It's too quiet. Sudden yell from outside. Bottom of the pool convulsing. Fuck. Flash frames. Mother dragging him out. Dead weight. Blue lips. Eyes rolled back. Fuck. 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 Breathe. We have always revolved around the sun. Humans, spirits, cycles, the earth, and by association the moon, our perception of time, nothing escapes its gaze. It doesn't care if you believe in a god, in a universe. The sun knows you are at its mercy. Laid out on the deck, not moving, shallow breathing, eyes not seeing, fuck, 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 phone, ambulance, English, French, both, neither, fuck, fuck, breathe. The moon began to slide across the sun, at first tentatively, then with confidence as it stole the limelight. The air was heavy with expectation, the impending collision, the only thing occupying the collective consciousness of everyone who had gathered to witness the unknown. 911, what's your emergency? Death, 911, what's your emergency? Drowning, 911, what's your emergency? My little brother who's not little or my brother was found at the bottom of the pool. Breathe. All at once, the moon and the sun came together to create a single entity, and the air was swallowed up in totality, as 100,000 people held their breath in unison. Breathe. Breathe. Please, I need you to start breathing. Suddenly, time stood still. Their faces all turned blue. We are transferring you to another line. Please hold.
Thank you so much, Saul. Let's read the Discord because I'm so excited. We got a long oof, so if you don't mind. Oof. And then we got a snappity snap, which is now my favorite catchphrase. We got oh wow, this storytelling. We got tender, but slanted, so it's cursive tender, the sweet tender. We got it doesn't care if you believe in God. And then we go wow, wow, wow. The sun knows you are at its mercy. Wow. And how to use repetition for impact, a demonstration by Saul. What a champ. This poem is actually giving me goosebumps. Wow. Repetition, and that ending. Thank you so much, Saul. Let's go to the Noble Savage.
My name is Austin. I'm 19 years old. But every now and then, I'm not. You're not strong enough. It's a normal day, rain or shine. Anyone who may have passed by has seen my big-ass smile and I already have plans for the rest of the day. I'm hanging out with friends, hugging my girl, and I let my family down and have been ever since then. Papa, Tango, Sierra, Delta. A tap on my shoulder and I'm 12 years old again. I can't unclench my fist. I can't breathe. I keep hearing him yell at me. I still feel that cold steel in my sleeve and I'm not even wearing a hoodie. What is happening to me? My eyes are watering. My arms are throbbing. I can see it all over again and even now I can't stop it. You're not strong enough. I'm trying to focus, but I keep traveling back in time whenever I blink. The holes in the wall and broken glass run through my mind in what feels like the most literal sense. And I will never fucking forget my cousin telling me that I was his favorite person as he wiped the blood out of my eyes just in order for me to see through the pain. You're not strong enough. I can hear those taunting words echoing in my brain as each tear dribbles across my cheek. I sit in a hole in the wall where glass used to be, finding peace in every chilling inhale I breathe in. The stars look so beautiful. It's too bad they never fucking work when I wish on every single one of them every single night. You're not strong enough. I saw and felt all the pain and I chose to run away. Then my therapist argues saying, there's a war veteran running away when he comes from battle. Therapy and PTSD are difficult things to mix, and most days I can't handle it. Papa Tango Sierra Delta. Papa Tango Sierra Delta. Papa Tango Sierra Delta. PTSD. Early on, I learned how to become a man well before I learned how to be a child. Like a man drafted at 18, I was taken at 12. Then I just left my family in ruins because I wasn't strong enough. Now there are times when I'm afraid of my own shadow. Afraid of the man in the mirror because it brings me back to the shattered glass scattered on the floor from his last freakout. Maybe it's not so much the man in the mirror or the shadow that I cast, but the thought that statistically I will one day grow up to be him. Almost felt like nothing compared to his fist when I tested the durability of the glass against my wrist. You might not be listening to this had that glass been slightly sharper. If I had tried just slightly harder. Because my mind is my enemy and my past is my armor that is still fighting even though I know the fight is over. My abuser just got out of jail again. Maybe it's time for me to pick up that plate again and leave. Because I would rather let this be the end than to have to deal with the monster who he made me to be. Papa Tango Sierra Delta. My name is Austin. My mind makes me feel like I'm 12 years old again when I'm actually 19. And I struggle with PTSD. Help me.
All right, that was the Noble Savage. Let's see how y'all are feeling in the Discord. Give me your emotions. We've got Papa Tango Sierra Delta. Wow, I am moved. This is wow. The feelings in this poem. WOW, spaced out. Respective ships are hard to pull off, but Noble has ripped the entire sheet. Yes. I learned how to become a man long before I learned to be a child. So much love to this poet. The most haunting ending. Y'all are having feelings, and I love sharing in the feelings with y'all. In case y'all still wanted to buy tickets to this event and help donate some money to Not Another Black Life, you can follow the link in the doodly-doo to still buy tickets. The doodly-doo is the thing on screen. Yeah, there we go. It's the doodly-doo. Sometimes I forget words for things when I host. Hosting is like half me blocking out and forgetting most of my English. But yeah, so feel free to buy links to the doodly-doo. 50% of our sales, if not more, hopefully, will be going to Not Another Black Life, which is a fantastic Toronto-based organization that has been started by a bunch of queer Black femmes, and they're doing a lot of good work. So yeah, we're gonna give it up for our next poet all the way to the virtual mic, Lisa Shen.
We sit on your couch, a soft light reflecting between the walls, a clock quietly ticking away in the background, counting the seconds of us falling into each other. Seconds that can flow by as expected, like a familiar stream, or trickle through my fingers more quickly, vanishing between the cracks before I am able to taste the water, and sometimes jump, sailing through the air like the jets in mall fountains, skipping entire minutes and days. When we first met, I was simply curious about you, in the way that a child who has never seen the ocean is curious about the sound of its waves and what it might feel like to be held by the water. Now, after having danced in the rain, I've discovered I have a taste for the salt of the sea. I want an ocean of frozen time. Give me the Pacific and I will spend it all on us. For it is not love that either of us are lacking or things to do, places to see. It is time. I want 300 days with you on a deserted island, where time lets down the billowing white sails of her ship, steers gently into the Emerald Bay, and lies down on the warm sand. Like a cross between Robinson Crusoe and Peter Pan, but where we are the only darlings. In the daylight, our laughter will dance far over the foaming white waves, twirling like seabirds in the salty air. In the afternoon heat, we will swing through the jungle on thick, green vines, stopping only to catch one another as we fall up and down a kaleidoscope of trees. At sunset, We will sit together on the rocky outcrops over the ocean and watch, mesmerized, as a half circle of liquid gold dips down into the horizon and our hearts form shadow puppets against the backdrop of the limestone cliffs. At twilight, we will lie on our backs out on the open beach, breathing in the calm of the cool summer winds, and watch the stars winking at us through a tapestry of darkening blue. And when the crescent moon finally climbs up the celestial ceiling and shines down overhead, we will hike back into the canopy of trees and spark a fire with nothing but the touch of our fingertips. Breathing in the crackling flames, we will watch tendrils of soft, gray smoke curl up into the chilly night air while our voices shape every story. Then, just before the moon slips back down into the water, I will remove every inch separating me from you. But we are not children running hand in hand over uninhabited sands, and Crusoe's canoe would be shattered by the force of the cargo ships that sail our seas. The oceans of this world do not freeze, and carried we are by the currents of the modern world that sweep with an unstoppable force through lecture halls, that swirl in eddies in the stale air of examination rooms, that deliver hurricanes that devastate our carefully crafted cities. So we take what we can spare. In the little moments between times, we send off paper notes and glass bottles and watch them travel up and down over the waves until they disappear past the horizon. In the quiet evenings, we drift down winding rivers until we find ourselves floating in the lagoon of hushed voices, entangled by the invisible threads of a telephone. And somehow, from the smallest spring, blossoms a rose.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm gonna do some comments now. We got we got talk about an extended metaphor. We got an ocean of frozen time. We got year for a love poem. We got a quote. I want 300 days with you on a deserted island. This poem is a lullaby, tender kind of love. And then we got a GIF doing this. And then daily reminder that I love love. The feeling in your voice. This is a poem, a good poem. The imagery is breathtaking. This poem makes me want to fall in love again. And I will remove every inch separating me from you. Wow. We got hoof. We got all these poets have been so lovely. I am crying. Thank you so much for everyone that has been commenting on our Discord. The energy is so good and I'm loving it so much. So next up, we have Dog Days Are Over.
When I say fuck this world, I mean unfuck the goat from the wolf's clothing it holds in its hinge jaw, still bloodied with star-spangled banners. Fuck this world like the American flag has unearthed ways to measure death in pounds and build monolithic mausoleums out of neglected bones. Fuck this world like America always holding number one in its hinge jaw and losing count of bodies like an hourglass loses count of the sand grains passing through its throat. Fuck this world like unfuck the butterfly from grated teeth borderlands, splitting its family tree's limbs each time Moses refused to resurrect himself to Red Sea, split open Trump's borders. Fuck this world like fuck this king for voyeurism of bodies detached from everything, not their body. In this poem, not their body consists of every meal they've never eaten due to poverty or the White House, or aren't these two words just synonyms for a rotting mausoleum? One time I stepped outside my body and was run over by a white construction truck. Its license plate read USA 777. When my right arm detached, I saw fragmented stars and stripes. When my left arm dissolved, I heard distant gunshots and protests. That was a meal I never ate. Upon limping back to my body, my arms still laying alive on my shoulders, but forgetting what it was to be American. I only drank the musty wine and stale bread stored away in the tabernacle of my chest. Fuck this world like fuck your applause, because no amount of palms coming together will resurrect every prayer that dies under the tongue of a president. And isn't president just a synonym for preacher? Fuck this world like fuck the tainted alchemy of the preacher's consecration of anything he deems holy enough, how he will never alchemize all his wine back into water for impoverished, thirsty mouths. If God made us in its image, then it is not free from an imperfect preacher's mouth. There are no graves dug deep enough by the White House for God to bury his shame into. Fuck this world like this world doesn't give a fuck if you're actually God. All you have to do is take the pounds you weigh from death's gravity and convert the tons into dollar bills. The president and pyramid upon each bill staring back, both of them a voyeurism for mass graves, both of them surveilling, both of them smiling.
All right. That was Dog Days Are Over. Discord humans, let's see how you've been feeling. Fuck yes, here for this poet. Go in, poet. I love this poetry. So many M's. Damn, like an hourglass. Red Sea split. Ways to measure death in pounds. I love this poet. This imagery flows like a river. This is the ultimate lampoon of Americana, and I am loving it. My mouth is agape. Snaps. Tell 'em. Wow. OMG shivers. There are no graves dug deep enough for the White House to bury God's shame into. Those lines, that ending though, absolutely brilliant. Y'all got feelings. Y'all got feelings, and I love to feel your feelings with you and see your feelings in the Discord. All right, we're gonna give up for our next poet, Mo the Poet.
This poem is called Masterpiece. What are the thoughts you yourself carefully unfold? Where do they first enter your body? Have you ever considered this? It's okay if you haven't, but I feel obligated to tell you that placement is key. Don't you know? Place yourself in front of a mirror. In the reflection, you see specks of dust spread across a large canvas of glass. There are days where you sit cross-legged before a full-length mirror. You hear the jingle of makeup products and beauty brushes. They tell you beauty has a price. Brush foundation on your cheeks, gently across your forehead, blend the creases, smooth out the surfaces, and hide the blemishes as if your face is some kind of masterpiece. No, your body is a masterpiece. The thoughts first enter through your eyes as you see a perfect skinned woman on the front cover of Vogue magazine, maybe in the waiting room where the face is portrayed as a masterpiece rather than the body. The thought travels through your eyes, exits your unnerving ears. Have you seen yourself in the mirror, full body and all, stripped naked of product and insecurities? I have to tell you, you look better that way. And I have to remind you that your body is a masterpiece.
Thank you, Mo the poet. We have some lovely comments in the Discord. We got go in Mo, go in poet, Mo, we need more. Placement is key. Ooh. And then Mo the poet bringing that beauty in words game to another level. Canvas of glass. That is a line. Where the face is portrayed as a masterpiece rather than a body. So much love in this poem and for this poem. This poem is so kind. Speechless and in tears. Amazing. Your body is a masterpiece. Struck me down. So beautiful. And then we got ooh. Just so much ooh, so much snap, so much that is lovely. Thank you, Mo. And now we would go to mystery.
After Sarah Kay, if I should have a daughter, I'll make sure she knows her alphabet like the back of her hand. She'll learn that A is not for apple, B is not for bumblebee, C is not for crow or car, or calling out mom's name when you're in a D, which is not for dilemma. Instead, she'll learn that E is for equity. That is an equal equality. Instead, equity is F. It is fair. And she will face her friends, tell them why Forrest gets 50 more minutes for his math test, and they might generalize her gender, her worth, maybe she won't be feminine enough, pink bubblegum lips, swooning with grace, feminine enough to be woman. She is not H. Hazard. If she decides to play hockey, do not fret. She will not take a slap shot to your belief system. And I remember my mother's eyes when I took a glance at the ties in the boys section. I remember how it's conditioned, micromanaged to wax and pluck body hair. I remember the injuries, the scars of body shaming still sting my insides. I remind my daughter Jay, judge someone only after you've jumped. Have you taken a dive underneath the tip of their iceberg? And K is for knowing that they aren't much different than you. And L, of course, is for love, because there's nothing lovelier than how you'll love the lemon tree you'll help plant when you're 3, or how you say you're in love with the one down the street more than you are with me. If you lie somewhere on that rainbow, darling, I will make it pour every night so you know you are seen. But be mindful. The media is a maze. I don't want you to get lost navigating the mirror. Once I took a gaze, I was trapped there for days. Imagine your mother wishing, wondering why she didn't look like her or her. My dear daughter, your N is for not her. No one has the right to make you feel inferior, but somebody will. And you will nod the first time. Notice the way their lips don't quiver when they do it the second. Spare no seconds in showing them that you are not lesser than. O is for, of course, you will be outnumbered. But be patient. I know what it's like to be put down by peers who all look the same but are nothing like you. So take the pride of the stories buried within your skin. Savor the balak paneer I packed in your lunchbox today and smear their prejudice onto their quivering faces. Do not stay Q is for quiet. Quickly tell me, are you ashamed of your R, your race, my daughter? You can bargain for your genes with a seller on the street, but the ones in your DNA are yours to keep. Realize these religious rituals run from faith that blossomed into roses I never watered myself. If you could see that you should not need to shape-shift the syllables of your name to satisfy a stranger's tongue, that your stories might be lost in T translation, trust me. My mother tongues hold tattered and tangled tales, and I promise we will undo the knots together. Just remember, you is for the umbrella. I will always be to protect you when anyone says you are anything but unique. Urge them to V. Vacate the premises W. Welcome them once they fix their attitude. Take an x-ray to spot a condition for utmost hostility. Say wise for yes. I understand ignorance is damn blissful, but you might want to read the back of my hand. Learn your alphabet again before Z zigzags its way across the surface of your cheeks.
All right. That was your poet, Discord. Let's see how you're feeling, shall we? The cue cards, amazing use of prop. Oh yes, this flow, here for the creativity. Love this. I don't know how many takes this poem took, but it was worth every single one. A slap shot to your belief system. Okay, go in. Oh, yes, the line about the rainbow. No one has the right to make you inferior, but somebody will. That mirror metaphor, alliteration after alliteration, wow. Achieving alliteration like it ain't even an accident. Spitting so much fire. Oof, I have been blown away by poet after poet. Oh my god, that sucker punch of an ending. Y'all have feelings, and I love to see the feelings. Love you to feel your feelings. Feel your feelings! And that's $200 advice I learned from my therapist for free. You're welcome. Well, that brings us to the end of the first round. Can I get some applause in the chat, not just for the amazing poets, but you for being here as well, but mostly for the amazing poets who just hit our mic. Wow, poetry. All right, so you're probably like, wow, this is an amazing event. And we're like, yeah, we know we have amazing people organizing and some wonderful people who we couldn't have done this event without our wonderful, wonderful sponsors. We'd like to thank the Ontario Arts Council, the Toronto Arts Council, Golden Brick Road Publishing, EcoJot, and Living Hyphen for literally fucking with the vision. Money for art, money for youth art, money for young, queer, BIPOC art. Stop. Shut the front door. We love to see it. We love our sponsors. I want you to go off in the Discord about the sponsors. I want you, wherever you are, just give a silent woo for the sponsors. You should say it, and I will feel it. I will know if you said it or not. All the woos will be collected in my heart. But yeah, that was the end of our first round. We're gonna take a quick break, but during this break, if you want to buy some tickets to the show or some of the events we have coming up tomorrow, because tomorrow is our last day of festival, there's a link that will be dropped right here where I am pointing. Oh, yes, drop a like, drop a comment. Go buy some tickets. At least half of our sales will be going towards Today, Not Another Black Life, which is an amazing Toronto-based organization that has been started by a bunch of really dope queer Black femmes, and super important, and we love them, and we've donated them before at the beginning of our festival, during our director slam, and we want to keep being able to support them. So, yeah. Somebody just said, Robin, please tell your dog I love them. It's important. Schmoozer. Schmoozer. I love you. Schmoozer. Schmoozer. Hold on. I love you. Schmoozer, high five. Schmoozer, high five me. She drill. She bored. It's okay. She knows I love her. But that's my partner's dog. She's great. Jackson will wander in here as well, who is my cat. But enough about that. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes. So I will see you in 10 minutes, which is 7:20 Eastern Time, 4:20 PST time. I'll see you all then.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second round of final showcase slash slam. We are here vibing it up in the second round. I am seeing in the Discord a lot of people going cha-cha wow. So that's the kind of energy we're gonna keep to the end. So if you're not already in our Discord, the link will be below. Please go on it, cause in Voices of Today, we are not going to say the scores out loud, but we are going to say the wonderful comments because we're here for the poets, you know? We're here for the poetry. So we're going to start right away. But first of all, we got our sack. Our sack is Shauna coming to the stage.
My language notebook was a hidden shrine. The back cover was covered in pink scribbles, repeating the same message over and over again. S plus L equals heart. S plus L forever. Crushes. Everyone's had them. There was a group of girls in my grade that used to chase boys around the playground every recess, panting until they were covered in sweat. And I would stand by the blue sun shelter really confused. Why were they wasting such precious energy on boys? I remember my first crush, or crushes for that matter. I scanned the second grade classroom for the least disgusting boy there. Rules were simple. No nose pickers or dirt eaters. So whenever anybody asked me who I liked in a game of Truth or Dare, I always said a boy named Liam. So it would make sense, right, when I would scribble S plus L in my notebook. But Shauna and Liam weren't the words that were written there. My best friend from birth was named Lauren. Baby Shauna didn't think anything about it because everyone wanted to kiss their best friend. It all made sense years later when I was on the bus. A friend of mine was walking home and she waved to me. And suddenly I felt nauseous and a little bit lightheaded, but in a good way. The angels sung and the heavens opened. You're gay. For the next years of high school, I did all the gay things, and I felt comfortable saying I was gay. But over the past year, I've experienced things that have made me question my sexuality. I've gone back and forth between gay, bi, pan, straight, back to pan, over to bi, but I've learned something important. That sexuality is more fluid than a ripple in a pond. So I'm unsure of the label I own. The label on a soup can tells you everything you need to know about that particular soup, like the ingredients, the sodium content, and how to cook it. But I know I'm not a soup can. My ingredients are far too complex to be summed up in a list. So I don't know exactly how much sodium I have in me, and no one should care what brand I am. The only thing people should know is how I cook my soup, and those are only for the ones I serve it to.
My muted microphone. Everybody say bad technology. It was actually bad hosting because I forgot I was muted, but that's fine. That was your sacrificial poet, Shauna. Let's see how y'all feel about it in the Discord. The gentleness, italicized. Why were they wasting such precious energy on boys? A mood. Lots of queer heart emojis. My heart. Gangels. You're gay. A mood. Consistent sexuality? I don't know her. Oof. Labels are for people who want them. Love that ending. A very fun take on the soup can label thing. I like to describe my sexuality as... And that's that. Schmoozer, are you sniffing for treats? Oh, that's the face of a dog who knows they've done wrong. Let's give it up for our next poet, Mystery.
When I wondered why it took Rapunzel from Tangled 18 years to find out her mother was living off of her magic hair, I didn't know we were trapped in the same tower, which is to say, I didn't know I was trapped to begin with. We recited our mother's Saturday evening rituals like it's routine. I tell her how mine sits down with a comb in one hand and her emotional blackmail in the other, melts the two together with warmed coconut oil, then massages the alphabet soup into thick rope-like locks. I remember French braiding flowers into Rapunzel's, and as she sung, all my pain goes as her hair glowed yellow. We knew how the only paths our mothers had back to us ran from the strands stretching to the roots in the soil to the ones sitting in our scalps. I remind myself, if I grow my hair out long enough, at least she can always find her way back to me. How dare I cut that path short? You see, in all my years of tap dancing in and out of the closet, I never thought a cis white hetero Disney princess would have anything in common with someone like me. Yet here we are, our mothers tell us to let down our hair, and I want to let down my head too, maybe. This hair too has magical healing powers for everyone but myself. I too have seen spells woven into this mane. My mother's chants of what a princess looks like, what I should look like, has made a home in each strand. How dare I strip that away from her? How dare I replace her stereotyped comfort with a sharp buzz cut? One night, I held scissors so close to my split ends, I practically sent shivers down my own spine. Every night on Rapunzel's birthday, we stargaze on the balcony. So the breeze takes the weight off my hair, so I feel it's not there, and for a second, I think her magic is starting to rub off on me. We stare until we realize the stars are actually lanterns calling her back home. Home. How do I leave a home if I am the baggage that comes with it? So I tell her to run for me because I can't. Because I know how her story ends, because I don't have my own Flynn Rider come galloping in, break the curse for me. See, this is not a movie, but can't I still wish for a happy ending? Without wondering when will my life begin? Because if this body is not home, I do not know what is. And if I try to burn it down somehow, it will not catch fire until I choose to burn with it. And then, all at once, everything looks different. Now that I see you.
Thank you, Mystery. Let's see some comments. We got, oh geez, this hits home. Wow. This is my backyard. And then we got, we got, wow, I am feeling this childhood and that emotional blackmail line though. Wow. Go in. At least she can always find her way back to me. And then the scissors. Every night on Rapunzel's birthday. Wow. Wow. There are a million moving parts in this piece, and I don't want to miss one. And then mind boggled, dude. How do I learn to leave a home if I am the baggage that comes with it? And that hits hard. Beautiful imagery and metaphor mending. Thank you so much for this comment. Let's keep it going. Next, we have Mo, the poet.
This poem is called You Faces the World. Snap quick enough, you were at the beach with a friend. The sky is not as clear like the last time you were here. That's okay. A picturesque moment is not necessary to enjoy the sun. Snap quick enough for the sun. It will not be here forever. The memory may stay for eternity. The sun's warmth is etched in your skin. Snap quick enough, hear the waves, close your eyes, feel the waves brush up against your feet, maybe creep up on her legs. You crave the cold and tingling sensations. Feel the sand in between your toes. It feels strange, but it's supposed to be there. Snap quick enough. It is the final year of college. Your future is as bright as the sun. After the lecture, your professor will ask, "What does everyone think of this?" The room will be silent. You will roll your eyes and be the first one to speak. You are full of opinions and not afraid to show it. You are alone by the lake. Prop your feet up on the ledge with the purple blanket that covers your legs. Read a book. The wind blows through your hair and down your back. You start to think nature is a privilege. Snap quick enough. You lose the grasp of these moments. Snap quick enough. You will have nothing. You start to think nature is a privilege. You are a privilege.
Hey, Robin, you're muted.
Okay, we'll be back. Thank you so much, Wolf. Let's read some comments. We got that line about not needing a picturesque moment to appreciate the sound of mwah, chest kiss. And then you are full of opinions and not afraid to show it. Gold. And then the skill of this poet as with metaphors and imagery is dazzling. And you start to think nature is a privilege.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Bro, the internet is black.
We love it.
Thank you. Jill says, I think you shamed your computer into not wanting us to hear you roast it. Unfortunately, the computer cannot handle my roast. But thank you to Peace for hopping in there. Yeah, seriously, all these poets keep knocking it out of the park. Oh my gosh. We love to see it. We love to hear it. I love to hear it personally in the Discord, and Schmoozer loves to hear it in the Discord as well. So we're going to give it up for our next poet. Dog days are over, all the way to the virtual stage.
When I was a young seedling, my father was soft. He would caress my ear so gently with his fingertips. I remember how much it would unfurl my knots. I lay entranced in bed by the skin of a boy so silken with smooth creases, so fragmented by intergenerational demons. I've never met another man's father. Soft queerness often splits family trees wide open with homophobia. It tangles branches into knotted roots at our necks, and so my fingertips unfurl his knotted back by remembering how much my hardened knuckles could tenderize against the caress of his ear. Both our fathers, softening into a young seedling, lingering with soft, sitting with soft, breathing, talking with soft, teaches men to unwind their knots, to tangle the toxic from the ricochet of their metallic bullet mouth. Soft whispers to me, lullabying every masculine branched brick of mine that still bleeds. Whispers of tender father knuckles. Soft softens its softness and caresses every man, undams his tear ducts until it fills his every dried river. He cries in abyss so vast it baptizes every silenced femininity. It replenishes every unflowered meadow. It rehydrates every man thirsting for emotional stability. Every man will one day bleed, and he will have to choose between stitching his wound while crying or bleeding waterfalls in muted silence. Every man bites his tongue until it bleeds an ocean so vast it baptizes his own inner child. He emerges coated with the crimson blood of his every ancestor. They will soft the concrete of his calcified cranium. Their calcium will soft their blood veins will soft. It is only a matter of time. The soft of men, so full of silent bleeding hurricanes. And so I caress this man with my every loosened coil, my every loosened back knot, my every softened sea salt pillar. So much healing magic conjured between two men, queering themselves into the stitches for the bleeding homophobia we carry in our throat. Our bed becomes an island with enough soft sand for two men, so soft that soft becomes our skin. We forget the difference, sharing the soft of our lips, one mosaic face against the other, queer of my fingers intertwined with queer of his lullabied silence, breathing in the soft in my soft. We listen in silence, we speak when bleeding, we bleed soft rubies, and will not silence our queer.
Thank you for that. Dog days are over. Let's go into the Discord and see some of the comments. We got yes. We got another yes. We got soft queerness, open splits, open family trees. We got yes. We got go in. We got thirsting for emotional stability is the biggest mood. And in full caps, we got I can't even quote lines because it's just banger after banger. This poet is wildfire. We got loving this celebration of soft masculinity. And my every loosened coal is a favorite line. Thank you so much for the comments. Our next one is Lisa. On content warning, Lisa will be talking about immigration and divorce. So if those are issues that hit deep, we have active listeners in our Discord. We got Britt and Q are the active listeners for today. So make sure you take care of yourself. So bringing up to the stage, Lisa.
How do the orcas know to trace the shores of the Pacific from north to south, never ending, between California and the Vancouver coast, clicking and singing to their sisters, dorsal fins straight and gleaming in the western mist, white eye patches reflecting morning glow, eating the turtles and seabirds along the way, beautiful killer. After his mother left, I watched my cousin, a 5-year-old boy, drift from city to city, Hangzhou to Yangmeiling to Chiang Mai. In the quiet of the night, across thousands of miles of unforgiving Atlantic, I can still hear the faint sound of my uncle crying an ocean over his son's heart. Each year, from 2 floors below, drifts the sound of my father's worry tongue, trying to stitch them a passport to Canada. But the orcas know no borders, do not care for statehood marked by ink on paper. They glide silent through the golden waves, nomads of the sea, as if each drop is their own. I want to ask their watery bodies if they have ever felt the tug of a homeland, or if they live for this kind of roaming. I want to add my voice to the underwater song and whisper, can a boy find a home in wandering too?
All right, thank you, Lisa. Shen, Discord, let's give it up. Let me see what you're feeling. Beautiful killers, heart emoji. This poet plus metaphors equal magic. That's math. Ah, goddamn, gorgeous. The last two, all caps. We have a lot of people typing still in the Discord. People, feel your feelings. Tell me your feelings. I'm here to schlichen. Can a boy find a home in wandering too? Awesome, awesome. Well, while y'all are typing out your feelings, let me do some pluggity plugs. If at any point you want to follow us on the social media, we have that. It's at voices_of_today on Instagram. We have a wonderful Facebook page where we will be posting event stuff from here. If you haven't already joined the Discord, join the Discord. What are you doing? Come, the water's warm. So many good lines, such a strong writer voice. This metaphor, fire, where we're feeling all the feelings. We're feeling all the feelings. The Discord chat is down below. Feel free to message how you want, how you're feeling. Italics, bold, capitals, exclamation marks, emojis, gifs. Give me gifs. Gift this gift to me. And I am saying gift because that is how I pronounce it. Do not fight me. I am sensitive and soft. All right, we're going to be moving on to our next poet. Give it up for the noble savage.
Close your eyes and imagine beauty. Imagine nature's abundance, respected and clean. Everyone has full and happy lives to lead, and life is working perfectly. Imagine being free. Imagine an abusive relationship, which is actually what it was. It's not a metaphor or simile. It's everything beautiful suddenly turning ugly. It's being locked in your own home, destroying you mentally, while everyone's watching you, acting like it's still working perfectly. Now, imagine a beast, but not the kind of beast that falls in love with beauty, but the kind of beast that is killing children one by one secretly, and is only noticed when it kills dozens weekly. Still it's brushed under the rug because their futures were bleak and the ones who were killed were just too weak. But a person's a person, no matter how small. But the way I see it, we don't seem to matter at all. Because in the belly of the beast, there's at least 60% more illicit drug use. And heavy drinking goes up 35%. It's only in the underage juice. But hey, I guess they have a way to escape. Snort this, inhale this, inject that. And do it 12 times a day. If they run out of that, there's a can of paint thinner in the back. Good thing this beast isn't in the city because that whole place has gone to crap. All their women will either been raped or kidnapped, and all the children will live by the quote puff puff past and pass and given the chance to sit on Santa Claus's lap. But finally, let's take away their money and supplies, ignore their cries, and remain blind to however more many people die. The beast is code for reserves, FYI. And it proves my point if it took me telling you to realize that there's a real problem right in our face. You just need to open your eyes. Because none of this would be happening if you could see what I'm seeing. If you could feel what I'm feeling. If your stomach twisted and knots like theirs do when they wash down a handful of pills with bleach. So imagine this beast. Imagine if he strolled into your city. Imagine if he killed all your children. Raped and murdered your women. Pushed everyone to alcohol and drugs addiction, and over 50% of homes have people being beaten. Would you still think these people are being mistreated? No matter what we do, there are always new stories, and this time it was cold. That's why every single time we see a police officer was always bolting. I'm not saying there wasn't crime on both sides here, but there is a right to be revolted. Because if Canada wants to live up to its lie every reputation, then there at least needs to be justice involvement. Drugs, rape, kidnapping, murder, and 11 times more self-caused deceased. As a country, how do you suppose we put this problem to peace?
Thank you, the noble savage. Let's go on Discord to see the chats. Okay, we got the rhymes. Oof. Tell them. Rhymes driving it home. Hee poet. I don't know if I did that. Don't sound that's supposed to. What an absolute wordsmith. The pronunciation is everything. I feel blessed by this poet's presence, and wow, the power this poet has. Also, Robin, you got some gifts. You got some gifts of people giving you a gift. Some gifts of the baby excited about the gift. And then Kevin Hart saying, let's do this. We also have gifts. And wow, the power this poet has. So thank you so much, Noble Savage. Next up, let's have Soul.
This is a collection of all the words I can't say to you. Hi, how are you? I know we're not talking right now, but I miss you. But I miss you. But I miss you. Hi. I know we weren't best friends. I thought I was too cool for you, stupid kid. We were stupid kids, but I'm glad we were young together. Are we still young together? Will you always be young with me? This is a collection of all the words I can't say to you. Hi. The weather's pretty crazy right now, hey? How is it where you are? I never really thought my life was big enough for you. I'm still in love with you. I know I'm supposed to believe that one day I won't be, as if time is an enzyme, break it down, breaking down in the park. I almost river rushed into the dark that night. Your face may have saved my life, but it's time to face the fact that funerals and panic attacks are two things that aren't meant to be FaceTimed into, so I'm sorry about that. And by the way, every single day this week I have come so close to texting you that I could fucking scream at the bathroom mirror at 1:03 a.m., shattered glass waking up my roommates, but instead, I try to tell myself that this is what's best for the both of us. The belief that your life is better without me, the only thing keeping me strong. As if I'm not too weak to wake up and weep the thoughts of you for 2 weeks straight to stop from calling to talk and tell you that I love you. And I can't lose you too. This is a collection of all the words I can't say to you. Hi, how are you? Remember when we had our own band? Ramsfied mist, your basement safe haven, pace of drum beat, keeping hearts in time, face clock, hands running out the back door to the trampoline, up and down, fucking around, carefree kids can't crash cars, can't drive cars, kids don't crash cars, kids don't drive cars, kids don't take crash courses on coming too quickly around corners in cars that carry countless consequences, kids don't crash cars, kids stay kids until they're old, and then, if they need to, they can crash, collapse, deflate, like an airbag or a soft landing. This is a collection of words. This is not you, this is all me. This is typical romantic idealization, like I learned all of your favorite songs on the guitar and now they're all of my favorite songs, but I can't hear them and not think of you, of her, of him, of Oceans was her, Stone was you, Sweater Song him, Lua was you, It's Only Life was supposed to be us, but we never made it past rehearsal, so tell me that it's only life. I want to believe you like I believed her, but I can already feel the enzyme breaking you down, fading face harder to recall every day until you're just a vague sense of pain to be articulated as a vibration of strings with no drum beat to give them meaning and no voice and no crying and no screaming, just nothing. I'm sorry I didn't write more poems about you. I'm sorry that it didn't work out. I'm sorry that you were my support system. I'm sorry that I only saw you once last summer. I'm sorry that I couldn't make this 2 separate poems. I'm sorry that I wasn't available. I'm sorry that when I think of you, it doesn't make me happy. I'm sorry that I'm starting to move on. I'm sorry that I don't think I ever will. I'm sorry that this collection of words exists, and I'm sorry that I didn't tell you sooner.
All right, thank you, Saul. Discord, let's see what you have to feel about it. OMG, already crying. If you're not ready to cry at a poetry event, are you really ready to be there? Great opening line. Will you always be young with me? Are we still young together? The softness is so powerful. Liking the repetition. Same. This one's in all italicized. Tender, soft feelings, being strong and powerful, and I am delivered. The flow. Oh, the shifting rhythm. Funerals and panic attacks aren't meant to be FaceTimed into. Hi, El Mayo, go in 3 lungs, alliteration. Oh, the different parts of this poem. What? Somebody wants permission to write a poem based on that. Lots of love. We're going to give it up for our next poet all the way to the virtual stage, Luna.
2:30 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. A text from the boy you officially stopped calling yours since last week. The text reads, "You never loved me like I loved you." How do you tell a boy whose heart you just broke that he said exactly what you'd feared? Because deep down in the woman conscience of yours, you knew he wasn't lying when he called you the love of his life. Or told you in detail how he was going to get down on one knee and make you his wife. How do you tell a boy you genuinely care for that you love him, but don't see love as something that lasts longer than the preview of a movie, that highlights all the beauty-filled moments but skips over the rest, and that you only left when you were sure the real movie was going to start playing, and that thought alone scared you half to death? How do you tell a boy who makes up every atom of your thoughts that you're too madly in love to trust yourself because your mother has made it a point to retell you the family stories of those who fell for their first loves? And since family constellations have proven themselves to be true, fate must be playing mean tricks, convincing you that forever is a real word, and not just one half-hopeless lovers invented to make something about the finite life of humans seem infinite. I know the blood that flows through my veins, the one that makes the human body feel warm and light before hypothermia kills it. It's called paradoxal undressing. But I'm the only one so far who's been skeptical enough to keep my coat on for extra protection, even on the sunniest of days, because sunshine turns into pain and apples of rainbow turn into rain, and even the love train has a final stop. How do you make the boy whose love train you pulled the emergency stop on understand when his parents still hold hands? How do you explain that you've seen firsthand the irony of diamond rings outliving the promises made, and the imprint it leaves on a hand that will never forget? How do you explain that between your parents you've heard "I hate you" more than "I love you," and that you and your sister and the mortgage are the super glue keeping two unloved people from telling the world they regretted saying "I do"? To the boy whose heart I used to hold, I don't know if I was hallucinating, but I saw that. I saw our movie. The sort that leaves the audience disappointed because their hearts drop so low they mix with the stale popcorn in their stomach. And they write bad reviews on Yelp and buy a book about self-help, still angry because realistic love isn't what they paid for. That's why I called you the love of my life back, even if I didn't fully mean it. That's why I told you that if one day you did get down on one knee, that I'd say yes, even if I had to bite my lip to believe it. But I guess you never saw the tiny trickle of blood it left, or the way it dripped to the puddle which lies at my feet of all the feelings I left incomplete. 5:30 a.m. on that same Tuesday morning. A text from the boy your heart still calls yours since last week. It reads, "Why put out a fire if it's still burning?" To the boy I still love, putting out a fire scares me less than watching it slowly turn to ashes.
Thank you, Luna. You know the drill. Let's see the chats. So we got love the style. Yes, yes. Wow. Let's go poets. Again, not doing this right. To the shirt, and then this like cowboy tin. You'll know if you're in the Discord. Also, heck, this poem is real. Convincing you that forever is a real world. And then something about the finite life of humans seem infinitive. Homie, my heart is going out to you from this damn, and even the love train as final stop. I love this poem. It's so bittersweet, beautiful. Thank you so much, Luna. Let's give it up for Cameron.
An open letter to my ex. Listen, I only blocked you because my friends told me to. I've already spent the past 30 minutes coming up with lines you'll probably never care to read, so maybe I'll just burn these pages until these thoughts are nothing but ash. I've already burned the Polaroids, but you still stain the lens. See, you are a rusty old penny. In Canada, we don't use pennies anymore. You might be considered a novelty, but you are not even worth my thoughts. My thoughts are starting to look less and less like you. I think I am a traveler and you are a rundown bus. See, this route is so scenic, but how can I not get car sick? That is to say, how can I not throw up at the thought of being stuck on this journey forever? Being without you is like going through withdrawal. In this moment, I feel so sick. But if I'm without you for long enough, this too shall pass. This isn't to say that I need you. This is to say there's more than just one brand of antidepressant. I've yet to find the one, but I will keep looking. See, like the boys playing hockey on campus at midnight, I too am looking to chase these dreams for a future as bright as the moon. I just don't know where to start to get rid of the nightmares I still have of you. See, this is no sky of lighters. These are the stars, but the stars are dead, and so is my love for you, but I can't help but immortalize its beauty. That is to say, the thought of you coming back to me lights up this darkness. I've been living in this darkness for years. I've seen many a star fizzle out over time, but this one is still glowing, even a year after you've left. See, once I believed bleach would be the end of me. Once I believed trazodone would be the end of me. Once I believed you would be the end of me, but there is no end of me in sight. I'm still learning to be okay with that, but every day without you makes it a little easier. This isn't to say that I hate you, or that I'm better off without you. This is to say thank you. You never learned to love, but fuck, did you try? You made your mistakes, and as did I, but I do not regret a single moment. See, no matter the lines circling my mind about your demise, know this. If I were given the choice, I would fall in love with you again and again. And you may ask how I could love you after everything that's happened, but I loved you the way I loved my first doll. Even if someone needs to pry you from my fingertips to help you become good as new, I will never let go of your heart. Even with the dirt stains and the frayed edges, I will keep you on my nightstand as a reminder that I've loved. And I've been loved. And it will happen again one day.
All right, that was your poet Cameron. Discord. Let's see how you're feeling. The way this poet said, listen, we don't use pennies anymore. Cam's voice, it does something to my soul. I once heard pennies described as vestigial, and I loved it. The metaphors, oof. This is to say there was more than one brand of antidepressant. All right, there's no end of me in sight. The stars are dead, and so is my love for you. My whole heart. A gif of Jonah Hill freaking out. Jackson. Yeah, Jackson. Gorgeous poem, gorgeous ending. This is Jackson. Jackson. He's my little baby. And we're gonna just vibe out here. Jackson wanted me to let you know that if you love Voices of Today, you should check out our website. Oh, Jackson, baby! You should buy tickets to our event tonight because half of our money at least is going to Not Another Black Life, which is an amazing organization. Jackson, no schmoozers back in the room and now they're going to fight. Give it up for our next poet, Liam.
Boys don't dance. Yeah, I've heard that line a couple times. In elementary school, standing in the school lunch line, the girl I liked at the time learned I like to do pirouettes. She laughed in my face. You gotta wear a dress? No, actually, I wear shorts, but she didn't want to hear it. The whisper started after. Idiot, weird. It was really confusing. I didn't know what to say back. I was scared of my jazz shoes falling out of my backpack. Boys don't dance. And sometimes that was obvious. No, he can't come back. You're dancers only. No members of the audience. Actually, I'm here to dance. Oh boy. Wow. Aren't you all so lucky? Like my dance studio just brought home a newborn puppy like I was some sort of oddity doing it for the hobby, waiting for it to grow out of me. Boys don't dance. But if they do, they'll get older, right? Grow up and recognize that it's not cool to be connected with your emotions, have fit physical motion, socialize, self-confidence, self-identity, self-labor without any condiments, but they never hear a compliment. In the media, they're rarely encouraged. When I danced, I was one of the only boys in the circuit. When I saw another boy competitions, it was like a shock to the system, and I sure felt the pressure that people put on me to beat him. See, there can be this mentality that there can only be one guy. So if there's another one, that means you need to be better. Why? I don't know why. Still got a lot of questions. Things from my childhood I'd still like to mention, but boys don't dance yet.
Yeah, that attitude needs to change. Why? Why do we mock men for the way that they move? It's strange. Is it because we have a preconceived idea about what men are supposed to be like, what men do, don't do, what they like, dislike? Is it because dancing isn't masculine? No. Oh, because dancing's for girls. Yeah. No, because everything's binary. Yeah, because everything belongs in its own separate world. You could be black or you could be white. You can be X, Y, wrong, right, because God forbid we exist in a spectrum where people can make choices and we'd have to respect them, where people could be autonomous and we'd have to protect them. You really don't like seeing people being happy making choices that don't concern you, huh? Or is it because dance is a language of expression and we'd rather have our boys communicate through fists and fits of aggression, press it in the lesson until they get the message, mocking their self-confidence than mocking their depression? We want our boys headed in the right direction as long as it's not in 2/4 time. We want our boys to stand out but not stand in the chorus line. Get your mind right. Get out of that pair of tights. I don't want you listening to classical music. God forbid you experience all 4 seasons in one night. We want our boys to fly but then shoot them down whenever they take flight. Why does my heartbeat matter less? Because I'm more impressed with men in a dance break making me shiver in a pot of dirt. With her I hold her close and touch her shoulder, mold her body, she shines. Devil pay attitude, her gentle hand in mine, her eyes rest in my mind. Partners, we're in this together. I cannot do this without you. Dance, I could not do this without you, man. I want you to dance. Before you learn to walk, you learn to move. It is in all of us. That hip-hop house flamenco, that Fosse Kelly tango, that first, second, third, fourth, fifth position. Speak the language that can't be heard, but that always listens. And to any boy and anyone else who's ever wanted to dance, do it. And to anybody who holds that prehistoric stance that boys and whoever the hell wants to can't. You hear that? It's your final song. Can I have this dance?
Thank you so much, Liam. Let's go in the Discord. So we got yes, using different parts of the screen, visibility for boys in dance, grow up and recognize that it's not cool to be in touch with your emotions. Oof. Here for the softer masculinity tonight. As a dancer, I can say dance teachers treat boys totally different than girls. Why do we shame boys for the way they move? The use of stage space, them rhymes, snaps, those rhymes, kill them. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of these comments. Let's just take a
breath, everybody. Peace.
Deep breath.
Because can you believe? Sorry to cut you off of your
No.
but can you believe we're at the end of the show?
I know, right? It's like we're actually at the end of the show. Like so many amazing poets with so many spirits, so much passion. It's amazing.
Being unbiased during that entire thing was so hard. All of these poets were fucking phenomenal, and it was amazing to be able to be your wonderful hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robin?
Yes.
So the FOC actually wanted to give you something. It's something called like the Spirit of the Slam Award. Something that happens every year on Voices of Today. And oh wait, there's a surprise. Go to your door. Go.
Stop. Okay.
Go to your door. Go to your door.
Hello into my home.
We have this lovely gift for you.
Oh my god, it's my best pals with a thing for me. Oh my god. Okay, I am full of love for these humans.
Well, you deserve it. Thank you so much for all the work that you do.
Stop.
There's a little bit of our gratitude for Voices of Today.
Hello. They're just Ali and Britt are currently taking socially distant spots in my house to continue watching Schmoozer's Borkus. Awesome. Well, while Ali and Britt are here, I wanted to give a huge shout out. We wanted to give a huge shout out to all the volunteers who have been making this festival go so amazingly well and wholesome. I want to thank Xander, Ali, Billy, Britt, Q, Kay, Noah, Oshin, Zane, Annika, and Chuck who are currently volunteering for this event, but we have so many people that have just been great. Peace, do you want to announce the top 3 poets?
Yes, let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna go on full screen. So, first of all, thank you to all the poets that showcased today. It was so hard being unbiased because of everyone just blows my mind. But this is a competition, and we gotta say it. So, going in top 3, we got the third place, Lisa Shen, the poet. Give it up for Lisa in the Discord, in the chat. Then we got rank 2nd, we got Mystery. And then in number 1, we got Dog Days Are Over. So lots of GIFs in the Discord. Send them all your love. Send all the poets all of your love.
All of these poets have been absolutely freaking phenomenal this week, not just with their super dope art, but with the amount of love they've been pouring into the Discords, into the workshops, into the features. These humans have been so lovely, and here at Voices, we prioritize love and wholesome, tender community over top of competition. But yeah, Peace, do you want to let the folks know about tickets and chapbooks?
Yes, okay, so like we've been saying, 50% of the tickets goes to Not Another Black Life today. And you can also get more tickets in our Facebook, Voices of Today, or go to our website on the screen. That's right there, because tomorrow is sadly our last day of festival. So you just wanna be there, show your energy. And chapbooks. So last year we did a chapbook where all of the poets got to put their work in a chapbook, and so you can buy it, and it's be a great way to just support this festival. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the poets who did wonderful, fantastic work are continuing to do fantastic work. And so if you're like, I need to learn more poets, I need more content, go buy a chapbook. And in case you're like, oh no, the end is this, what? I want more. Do not fret. We have one more day of festival coming at you tomorrow, and here's the lineup. We have a festival showcase and open mic tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. PST, and 1 p.m. CST. And the festival showcase and finals is going to be showcasing some wonderful poems that didn't make it to finals yesterday, because we want to see poetry again. There's also going to be an open mic for folks who, maybe didn't get to share a poem that they really wanted to. There you go. And our feature. Oh, are y'all ready? Our feature tomorrow is Gabby Elvesi, who is a dope poet from down across the border. And then after, because we're lovely and we want to give you more, usually every year we have our festival, or last year at least, we had our festival at the Toronto Media Arts Center. This year, of course, because of COVID, we couldn't have that, but we still have a wonderful relationship with them. And so in partnership with TMAC, we're going to be showing you a TMAC showcase, which is at 6 p.m. EST, 3 p.m. PST, and 4 p.m. CST. And it's going to be wonderful. It's called Poetic Justice, and there's going to be a bunch of poems and queer silent films and poems written to those films by poets in our festival this year. So it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And of course, we couldn't have made this festival happen without some wonderful, wonderful money from some wonderful freaking people and organizations. Special shout out to the Ontario Arts Council, the Toronto Arts Council, Golden Brick Road Publishing. We want to thank EcoJot and Living Hyphen for their social media support and their support and prizes. Y'all better lose your minds in the Discord for them. They fucked with the vision, and we could have this festival and have so many artists join us. And that is the end of this event. Peace, do you want to sign off for us?
Yeah, thank you to all the volunteers that helped us. Thank you to the active listeners. This is Peace and Robin signing off for the night. Bye-bye.